I went hard on the meditating, and I found this tree that I was able to meditate in the morning, first thing before work, and it had a pair of owls in it, great horned owls, and they would at the first day, they stare me down because I was sitting in the tree. Essentially, it's like this it had this great, awesome shaded spot with a just a cinder block to sit on, but they were, maybe 6 feet away, their perches, and they would just, mad dog you and clack, because you're invading their territory. And uh, I thought, okay, if I can just chill and get through this, like a horse or any other kind of animal, if you're or a big dog, you can let them know that you're not a threat, that you can chill yourself, hopefully they'll get that. And I'm like, okay, I'm still, very anxious. And I'm like, okay, Dalai Lama says if I can meditate on a freeway, I can do anything, blah, blah, blah. So I'm doing this with this giant owl. Her name, I named her Gwen, and Gwen and Peter were the couple. And you find out the dynamics of the male female dynamics too that are really fascinating because they're not like, our typical. I think we can learn a lot from the family dynamics of owls as well because she is the initial aggressor. She's much bigger. Um, the females are, and but once you're cool with the female of the family, the male is like cool with you forever. Like once you sell her, like he's gonna be your homie. I didn't know that at the time. It was scary as hell the first couple of days because you know they have knives for feet, and
Yeah, they're big.
300 to 500 pounds per square inch of pressure that they can tear a rabbit's head off with a single swipe, right?
Yes.
So um, it's very intimidating, but they hear uh, a mouse under other owls in snowy areas can hear a mouse's heartbeat underneath the snow without even seeing it. If that's the case, these owls can definitely hear mine. They can hear my anxiety. No wonder they're anxious. I'm making them anxious because my fear is making them anxious, right? So I'm like, okay, okay, just get the chill. And as soon as I did, maybe like second, third day, you could see their body language relax. And they're like, okay, cool. And as soon as that happened, the whole vibe changed. My whole approach to meditating and being within myself changed. And getting that was like it was like the secret sauce of being able to visualize the healing energy coming into me. Because this tree was this great big acacia that has these boughs that drape over, just like a tree of life,
Oh yeah.
like you see in pictures, and where the roots are coming down and up, and the boughs are going down and around. It's like a perfect torus, and I started grounding myself, sticking my feet in this and my hands in the soil every morning when I do that. And I could feel the energy from that tree and all the energy from the owls and all the wildlife that was there. It was like, oh my God, I am feeling like a greater experience of nature, not just observing nature. I'm part of it now. And it's not just, and you could say scientifically, you're putting your hands in the soil. There's all these um, microbes that you're getting that calm our system and that we're reconnecting with the earth itself. So it wasn't just owls. It was like everything that they taught me, like, man, you gotta chill, like chill out and everything's gonna be fine. Relax, put your hands in the dirt because that's where you came from. And oh my gosh, as I'm saying this, there's a hummingbird right in front of me,
I
which
can't.
is
As you're
another,
saying that, I'm getting the chills.
and so this is another thing that the hummingbirds have called to me too. That they're part of the same thing. In that tree, I noticed that owls and hummingbirds have this symbiotic relationship, and I've never seen any scientific data on it. And I looked for a long time because in that tree there were lots of hummingbirds. And I'm like, there must be a reason why they're seeking them out. And I found a scientific paper from the Audubon from Flagstaff, and somebody had been theorizing that during the day, uh, the owls will sleep, but the hummingbirds are going like crazy. But hummingbirds have to shut down because their metabolism is going so fast that they just have to sit sometimes. So what I found is that hummingbirds will find owl trees so that essentially they'll defend them from their own predators and they can sit and take a nap while the owls will kind of play bouncer, in the tree. And I've seen it several times over in Madera Canyon and Green Valley and Sarita, like all these places in southern Arizona over and over again. It's like it's this dichotomy of the fastest bird, the smallest, fastest bird in the Southwest, and the slowest, calmest, most powerful bird in the Southwest. It's just this wild thing that nature does, and somehow we're between that. There's like this magic going on that's almost like time travel. Like hummingbirds have to see the world in such a fast pace, their metabolism so fast, they have to see the world. It must look like it's completely slow motion. Whereas owls are completely still and chilled out and relaxed, that everything that we do must look like we're just going a million miles an hour. And they must see us as like, what's wrong with you guys? Like on both ends. And I think that's what one of the things that they taught me is like everything is definitely perspective for sure. But we don't look at ourselves. And that's what they really taught me is to chill out, look at yourself, and you can have that time space change when you're in that spot where you're kind of outside yourself. And you can't really do that unless you have that chill. But that and being able to set outside myself and visualize the healing that was going on in my body that I was purposely doing, using our imagination, right? You can say it's your imagination, but you're willing it. You're creating your reality, right? Everything we do is creating our reality, whether it's a negative or positive. You're you're wanting healing, you believe it and you know it. You It's not just imagination, and it's not just fake it till you make it. It's doing the work to make it happen. And it's part of that is imagining the healing light coming into your body and healing your brain and healing my back that had been messed up for years of back injuries and all kinds of stuff. So going forward a little bit, after I'd started doing this, it wasn't only maybe